into her home, and she pointed right to where the waters rose to, right here. I mean, take a look at this thing. It's huge. It's a big old tree that came down yesterday. It even upended the sidewalk over here, took down a light pole with it. Greg, well, you can see behind me off to the left, shelves full of food, even boxes behind me filled with food. But the main story and why our turkey drive is so important, especially during Thanksgiving time, is these freezers have no frozen turkeys. Brooke, that's right, and that's before the defense had even rested their case. She was given the option to testify after an FBI forensic examiner confirmed that the bones found in a Chatham County landfill were Leilani Simon's 20-month-old son. This right here is that dumpster that Captain Akins mentioned, and there's 3 more of them around the city of Statesboro, and if you look inside, people have taken advantage. They could be put into a bag like this, like the kids are doing behind me, and provide even more benefits to the ecosystem. These homes back here are on stilts, and I'm going to have you come follow me just so we can see here what these homes are looking like right now. There's dogs, they've been getting appliances and belongings out. Just look at how high the river has flooded. Now, the owner did tell me that a dress, something like this, could see an increase between $100 to $300 based on the designer, but it's difficult to tell what the direct impacts of these tariffs will be. Chances are your power may have come back on and you're going in your freezer and having to throw out maybe hundreds of dollars worth of food. Quite an interesting sight to see those, right? Well, the streets that I'm on here in the west side of Savannah, you're actually going to see a car going by, kind of making my point here. They're still really difficult to drive on. You have to slow down as you get onto it. Inside of this museum, there's interactive toys, a Lego playpen behind that wall over there where you see the sign, playpens from the front all the way to the back of the store. It's empty in here right now, but there is also a grocery store here behind me. The main point is here, there's hands-on interactive learning for children within this museum. But what is price gouging? Well, when a state of emergency is put in place, the prices on items can go up in the stores if the seller needs to buy more stock or increase their travel costs. However, if that price increase exceeds the threshold in the state of Georgia, and those businesses can face some serious fines. And these mobile command centers, like the one behind me, are rows and rows of these campers where power workers are being fed 3 times a day, being given fresh water and a place to sleep as they're working 24/7 around the clock to restore power.
Our WJCL 22 News' AJ Sisson joins us again in the studio.
AJ, there are over a dozen polling locations in Bullock County.
Yeah, Greg, there are actually 16 individual polling locations in Bullock County to be exact. And that memory card that Shantae showed you is in every ballot collector in every site. And the poll workers physically bring those cards from each precinct to the county's central polling site, where the information is transferred the same way, where everything must be done physically as all of their devices. They repeated this multiple times to me. No device is connected to the internet. Yeah, Shannon, they said that by all regulation, pilots are not allowed to consume alcohol and then fly a plane, nor even attempt flying a plane within the last 8 hours of their last drink. And according to this incident report, Alsop, the pilot, has shown up to the airport smelling like alcohol. According to the Federal Aviation Administration, they say FAA regulations prohibit pilots from flying or attempting to fly an aircraft within 8 hours of consuming alcohol, or if they have a blood alcohol concentration of 0.04% or greater. It's unclear the exact BAC 52-year-old David Alsop had when he was about to pilot Southwest Flight 3772 from Savannah to Chicago. But a TSA spokesperson tells WJCL that one of their agents in the screening area called in suspicious behavior, saying in a statement, upon encountering an individual in the crew screening lane who smelled of alcohol and appeared intoxicated, the TSA officer contacted local law enforcement. The airport police incident report confirms this. The officer arrived shortly after the complaint, removed the pilot from the cockpit of the plane, and identified Alsop. Passenger on the flight, Robert Newmarch, says a flight attendant told them there was a paperwork issue.
One of the officers came on to the plane. He went into the cockpit and he came back out. And he was gone for a couple minutes and we were just sitting there.
After noticing that same smell of alcohol in Alsop's bloodshot eyes, authorities conducted a field sobriety test on the jet bridge out of sight of passengers by request of Alsop. Alsop admitted to police he was drinking light beers the night before. The pilot failed all 3 sobriety tests, and after denying a blood alcohol test, Alsop was arrested and taken to Chatham County Detention Center, where he posted bond and is no longer in jail.
If I have to take my shoes off still before I get on a plane, it seems a little weird that I seem to kind of have to wonder if my pilot is sober.
Here you go.
I feel good. I just have to get used to it.
Just like riding a bike, Sylvia Washington had to learn how to maneuver the track chair at first.
I thought I was gonna tip over. That's why I was like, okay.
Joining her at Hunting Island State Park in Beaufort, Leonard Dilbert, who was all smiles even after a bumpy start. How were you feeling when you had that first big incline?
I said, oh, it's a little bump right there.
Sylvia and Leonard told me they enjoy coming out to this beach with their family and spending time with them, but they needed help to do it. And now they can do it independently.
So I think this will be cool for other individuals that's independent, and they'll make them feel more independent.
More people join this, go out to the beach, stuff like that, and have people have fun.
The battery-powered chair is provided free of charge to park goers. All you need to do to ride is reserve a time and enjoy the park.
I love outdoors, I love nature, and I think it's great that these people are allowed to get out here and experience that.
For Rochelle Smith-Sampson with Beaufort County's Disabilities and Special Needs Department, inclusion in the community is the goal.
For all of the individuals who are independent, who have never been able to come out to enjoy the beach independently or haven't had the access to come out to the beach, this is going to be a great opportunity.
I would advise you to experience it more, let other people, individuals experience it more, because that gives them life, because we only have one life on this earth. So I advise other people to come out and try it and get used to it, like individuals like myself, and just enjoy life.